Hi, I'm Kerry Lord from Toft. This video forms part of a series to accompany the Edwards Crochet kits, patterns and books. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the very first step. So starting with a ring or beginning with 6 stitches in a ring. This is really important for the amigurumi technique because what we're going to be doing is working the same stitch, the double crochet stitches, round and round in a constant spiral, so you're working in a circle. To show you, I'm going to be using Toft chunky yarn in a camel colour and an 8mm crochet hook, but the techniques apply to absolutely everything in the vast majority of the Edwards crochet patterns. So your pattern will say begin by 6 double crochet stitches in a ring, and the reason why it doesn't state the specific technique is because there's lots of different ways of putting 6 double crochet stitches into a tight ring. The method I'm going to show you here is the one that I find the easiest. When I was learning to crochet, the magic ring method or the magic loop method that some of you might have heard of, I found quite confusing as a complete beginner. So this is a bit of a cheats method that's nice and easy to teach someone that's new to this type of crochet. So if you take your yarn and you need to tie a slip knot to begin. So tying a slip knot, if you pop your hand out, your non-hook hand out, and wrap the yarn around it, and then make a half loop through that hole with the tail end of the yarn and pop that onto a hook. So you've got your slip knot to start. I'll just show that again. So wrap that around your hand, making a slip knot, and just make sure that it is the tail end of the yarn that controls the opening and closing of that slip knot, because that's going to be key to ensuring that we get 6 neat stitches in a ring. So pop that slip knot onto your hook, and then to make your 6 stitches, first we're going to chain 2 stitches. So yarn over and come through, yarn over and through, so you've done 2 chain stitches, and then what we're actually going to do is double crochet our 6 stitches into this hole here. So this one that's right next to this slip knot and forms part of the slip knot. In fact, what we're going to do is do our 6 double crochet stitches into there, and then we'll pull hard on the tail to close it off to a neat ring. So doing the double crochet stitch in the starting point, we're going to do the same stitch but into this one hole 6 times. So put your hook into the hole, yarn over and bring that forward to this point where you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and come through those 2 loops. So that's 1 double crochet stitch I've done. Go back into the same hole, yarn over and bring it forward to this point where you've got 2 loops on your hook and through both in one motion again. So that's 2 stitches so far. Then in again and work that a 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time and 6th time. And then all you need to do is pull the tail end of your yarn and you've got 6 stitches in a neat little circle to begin. So what we'll be doing next, when you move on to your next round of instruction, your first line is you'll be double crocheting into these stitches. So rather than working into the central hole as we have been doing until this point, you'll actually be working a stitch. So the first stitch that you'll be working would be this one here. That's because you'd count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and know that that would be the first one that you were working. And the great thing about this method and it being controlled by the tail is it means that even if it loosens up a little bit while you're working the first round of stitches or further on in your project, you can just pull that tail tight and it closes that circle up again. So it means that you're never going to have to sew it or fiddle around.